A man discovered an abandoned baby in a trash bin. The infant's cries were loud, her little face full of fear. Without hesitation, he scooped her into his arms and sprinted home. He immediately tried to call the police, but the moment the line connected, he froze, unable to speak. 20 years behind bars had left him instinctively wary of law enforcement. A life that had long been gray suddenly felt touched by a shaft of light. He made a silent vow. He would never let this child suffer harm again. He had gone to prison at 18 and only walked out at 44. The best years of his life were spent behind walls. Returning to the outside world, he felt out of place. No friends, no clear path forward. Even when he tried to rebuild, he felt like a machine going through the motions. He once wandered into an internet cafe, hoping to find news of his parents, only to learn they had long passed away. An overwhelming loneliness consumed him instantly. Even the meaning of living seemed to fade. He went to an amusement park. Thrill rides offered temporary numbness, but the last time he had stood here, his parents had been by his side. Now everything had changed, and the weight of solitude returned. He believed life would continue its slow descent into darkness, until one late night, working overtime, he heard the piercing cry of a baby, and everything shifted. Russell followed the sound to a dumpster. Lifting the lid, the cries became even louder. Startled, he slammed the lid shut, momentarily frozen. After ensuring no one was around, he opened it again. Pushing aside the black cloth, he saw a tiny life lying quietly inside. Without a second thought, he picked the child up. He scanned the area cautiously, then carried her back to the restaurant where he worked. Late at night, the restaurant was empty except for him. He had intended to call the police, but the room with the phone was locked. A jolt ran through him, as if fate had intervened. He hurriedly gathered his things, preparing to take the baby with him. By chance, he noticed a note tucked into the swaddle. It read the child's name, Ella. Russell ran home carefully, placing Ella gently on the bed. But the baby wouldn't calm down. With no experience, he improvised, placing his keys in her tiny hands. She fiddled with them for a while, then finally drifted off to sleep. Russell let out a deep sigh of relief. Logic told him the child should be handed to the authorities. Yet when he tried to dial again, panic made him hang up. Years of solitude had convinced him. Ella was a gift sent to save him. He would not part with her unless absolutely necessary. Late that night, a knock at the door woke him. The police had come to check on the call that was made and hung up. Russell lied, claiming he had misdialed. Just then, Ella's cries erupted. His heart leapt into his throat. Fortunately, the officers didn't suspect him. Instead, they advised that her crying might signal discomfort and suggested gentle belly rubs and any necessary supplies. Russell followed their advice. When it didn't fully work, he awkwardly hummed a lullaby. Gradually, Ella quieted and fell asleep again. Russell tiptoed out, holding his breath as he left the room. At dawn, Ella cried again. Russell guessed she was hungry. He tried various methods, and only after feeding her several small bottles of condensed milk did she finally settle. He realized this routine wouldn't last, so he rushed to the supermarket, buying baby supplies and medicines. With no prior knowledge, he even had to ask strangers for help.